there's something that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and that's the difference between being busy and being productive. But the difference between being busy and being productive is that being productive means you're moving your needle, whereas being busy just means that you're just preoccupied. You're just doing something in the moment, right? For example, if my goal was to become the best entrepreneur in the world, right? That was my main goal. That's the thing that I want to be the most, to be the best entrepreneur I can possibly be. Now, anything that I do that doesn't help achieve those goals isn't moving the needle. And so, for example, me washing the dishes, me walking my dog, me hanging out with my friends, me going grocery shopping, all those things are classified as being busy. But that's not being productive because none of those tasks, none of those things are helping me to become the best entrepreneur that I can be. So now, obviously, I'm telling you this because you're watching this channel and you love entrepreneurship, you want to become better. This is why you probably watch me. But so this really doesn't apply to everybody. This just applies to people who claim to want to be something great, who claim that they want to be the best at something. And so, and the reason why I'm able to do this, say all this, is because I'm guilty. I used to be the guy that had such a big dream, who always wanted to achieve something great, but I would always lie to myself. I would say, I'm busy. I'm doing something right now. I'm preoccupied. But I was lying. And sometimes we can sometimes mask the things we do into a lie. So we could be wasting our time, but then we can mask it in a way where we feel like we're actually moving the needle, but we're really not. So, for example, back then, when I was just trying to, learn, so I'd watch a lot of YouTube videos, and then sometimes I would end up just doom scrolling on YouTube and go down a rabbit hole and just watch a lot of videos. And even if they were business related, I would justify it and tell myself, okay, I'm being productive, I'm watching all these business videos. But these business videos weren't directly helping me because the business videos that I was watching was more entertainment, right? I was watching people's vlogs, these entrepreneurs, their daily life as an entrepreneur. Now, even though it was somewhat business related, it was in the business niche, it wasn't really helping me. It wasn't really moving my needle. So I would classify that as being busy, not being productive. Now, obviously, you're still a human being. You still need to live a life that you need to live. For example, you still need to spend time with your family, friends, make food and whatnot. Those are some necessities. And I would argue sometimes those things are also being productive, right? Seeing your friends, hanging out with your family, especially if you have a significant other. If you're going to be intentional with those moments that you're with them, then I would say that's being productive because then you're investing time into building that relationship. But don't be the guy that talks so much about your dream to everybody. Don't be that guy that says you're all about it, because there's nothing more annoying than being around somebody who is all talk but none of their actions actually align with the things that they say, because you just become more annoying if anything, right? And also for the ones that are actually doing the stuff, for the people that are actually being productive, they can see right through you. I'm just being dead ass. People can see right through you, and it's not cute, bro. It's not impressive. You're setting yourself for failure. You're ruining your reputation to people that that are actually in the game. So, but yeah, I don't know. I just figured I'd just yap about it because today I had so much that I needed to do for the business and to really move the needle, but the house is like a big mess. The house is a big mess. I got laundries to do. I got to vacuum. I got to do the dishes. And I was like, you know what? Let me just pause my business and, you know, clean up and do the laundry and clean the house. Because I don't know, for some whatever reason, I thought that I needed to do those things. And I do 100%. But today wasn't a great time to do that, especially in the morning. I would have been busy cleaning. I would have been busy doing the laundry. I would have been busy doing the dishes early this morning. But imagine there was like $1 million opportunity that I missed out today, and I couldn't, you know, go after that. And my reasoning was, oh, it's because I was busy doing the dishes. I was busy doing the laundry. I was busy vacuuming my house. So I don't know. These are just the thoughts that I have in my mind. I've been live streaming. I've been enjoying it a lot. I think live streaming, not only do I get to interact with people that join my live, but it's kind of nice because it's almost like I have to really try hard because the whole world is watching. Now, I don't get any viewers, but the fact that I'm live, it forces me to really dial in and put in the work and lock in. Because otherwise, if I wasn't live, I know I would be wasting time, maybe watch a few YouTube videos, play some games on the computer, but the fact that I'm live, it forces me to be productive and not veer off doing some stupid shit. Like I said, the reason why I'm even talking like this is because I was once that guy, and I still catch myself being that guy. But you need to stop lying to yourself. You need to stop lying to yourself if you want to become successful, because it's not hurting anyone but yourself, right? If you keep telling yourself, oh, I couldn't do XYZ because I had to do XYZ, then just understand that whatever it is that you decided to do holds higher priority over this thing that you claim is super important to you. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I look back at myself and think to myself, wow, imagine if I had just actually put in the work that I needed to do. Imagine how much further I would be in life. Imagine if I just did the things that I knew I needed to do. Imagine, even for just 6 months, imagine if you just did the things you know you needed to do for the last 6 months. We'd be so much further in life. It's so interesting because when we give ourselves such a big timeline, then we take all those times, right? Sometimes you just have to act with urgency. It's similar to writing an essay during an exam. It's so crazy on how quickly you can write an essay in an exam versus if you are given like 2 weeks to write this essay. You know, when your teacher gives you 2 weeks to write an essay, it would take you 2 weeks. Whereas when the teacher only gives you an hour and a half to write an essay during an exam, you're still able to complete it within that hour and a half. So just add some urgency in your life. If you want to achieve a goal, shorten the timeline. It's kind of nice. It adds a little bit pressure, but it forces you to work. It forces you to work harder. It forces you to be more focused, and it forces you to be more disciplined. Because sometimes we're too lenient with ourselves. We give ourselves too much of a timeline. And unfortunately, not everybody has the discipline and ability to respect time the way it needs to be respected.